Hey guys, welcome back. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And first of all, I feel like I need to apologize to people for my absence in the comments. I really have been catching up on videos, but I can't. Where I'm trying to watch, I hate to skim through a video, so I want to watch all of them. I haven't had time to comment on each and every one. So those of you, uh, my fellow YouTubers, that the videos I usually watch and comment on. If you don't see any comments, just take it for granted that I have been watching your videos. I just haven't had time to comment on every one. This is actually going to be the first weekend in a while again that I've had a full weekend. I actually got a 3-day weekend. So I thought I'd show what I got in the last couple weeks. But back to what I was saying before, I'm going to get back to being able to throw some comments in on some videos because I really do want to, but I'll have to go back and just kind of do them as I can get to them. Like I say, I had a lot of family stuff going on last weekend. Actually had a weekend off, and I had some family in and some other stuff going on. And I'm trying to do music too, so it's just kind of hard to, I don't know, kind of prioritize, stuff because you want to do a lot of stuff, and you got to be a family and you have to work, and we got some overtime coming up again. But suffice to say that I have been watching everybody's videos, and the ones I usually try to get to, and just haven't got to comment yet. But I will be getting to that, so hang in there, guys. Okay, this is just some stuff I've got in the last 3 weeks. I'm trying to complete some runs of the DC Digests, and mainly there was just 2 titles in this. They had the Best of DC Blue Ribbon Digest and DC Special Blue Ribbon Digest, and for the biggest part, a lot of these were just reprints. And actually some stuff for DC fans, that remember the DC Explosion / Implosion. A lot of those stories that were included in that canceled comics Cavalcade, where they made the Xeroxes of all the books back in '78. Actually, some of these got reprinted in these digests, or got printed for the first time, I should say, in these digests. I'm not sure if there's any in these. But just a little side note, for people that are interested in the stories going on at that time at DC. So I think just about all these are DC Digest, except for maybe one. And I'll just kind of get to them. So we have the Best of, number 67. Got some cool Legion of Superheroes reprints. And these have covers front and back, so it's pretty neat. And here's some Doom Patrol reprints. DC Special Series number 19 with a new George Perez cover. So it's pretty cool. Okay. And on the digest, I'm not really that worried about grade on these. I mean, it's really kind of hard to get a whole complete collection of these. That I'm not really worried about grade. I'm just trying to get a copy, of each one. So, I bought a couple lots, so there's going to be some duplicates, and there's probably some stuff I already have on the shelf that I have in here, but, it's kind of cheaper to go that route, if you just want to get a bunch of them to complete a run, so. Okay, here we have DC Special Blue Ribbon Digest number 6, and this one's pretty rat shape. This features ghosts, and I just love the horror stuff, so. Yeah, this is seriously a reading copy. But good stories by the usual gang that worked for DC back in the 70s, late 60s. Really cool cover, Nick Cardy. And this is actually and I've already got a copy of this, but this was in a lot. But this is actually the first digest that DC put out, 1972. Reprinted a bunch of the old Russ Manning Tarzan stories. Got a Joe Kubert cover. This was pretty high grade here, so nice looking book. Okay. Best of DC number 54, Superman Battles Weird Villains. Yeah, see some more on the back here. Solomon Grundy, Mxyzptlk. Looks like Metallo or the Kryptonite Man. And like I said in the earlier video, the last probably 12 issues or so of Adventure Comics was in a digest format, so a lot of these are like Legion reprints. You got some Shazam in here. There's a cool Spectre reprint. Just a little bit of everything. Okay, Binky Summer Fun. Best of number 26. This was DC's answer to Archie. These are like the hardest ones to find for some reason. It's got some cool little stories, you know, if you're into the Archie vein. This is one of my favorites. DC Special number 14. UFO Invaders. Some real cool sci-fi reprints. Really nice Joe Kubert cover. A cool Adam Strange illustration on the back. And best of number 61. And they put these out a few times. They would just like collect the year's best comic stories. I'm thinking that's it's probably a Pat Broderick cover. And for Broderick fans, I think he's going to be doing some work for DC again. I think in the Secret Origins book, he's going to be doing a story. So, be glad to see Pat Broderick back with DC. Okay, best of number 44. More Legion reprints. Gil Kane cover. On the back, was it Bender and Schaffenberger. Best of number 8. The Other Identities of Superman and Clark Kent. Best of number 10. Secret Origins of Supervillains. Ross Andru and Dick Giordano cover. Okay. And the best of number 3. Super Friends. This one's kind of beat up, but pretty cool little book. Got some Teen Titans and some early JLA stuff. And this, I've already got maybe 1 or 2 more of these, I think. This is DC Special number 3. Reprints probably one of the few times that Superman and Batman were ever in an All-Star Comics story, the JSA. And you have a reprint of the first appearance of Power Girl in All-Star 58. Okay. Oh, Blue Ribbon Digest. I think this is actually part of the DC Special series. I might have already shown that in an earlier one. But like I said, I got these in a lot, so you're bound to get some duplicates. Yeah. This is actually DC Special series number 24. Flash and His Friends. More Adventure Comics. Superboy and the Legion, Challengers of the Unknown, Aquaman, Spectre, Shazam, Sandman reprints, Adventure 499, Gil Kane cover. Just kind of makes me wonder what the Legion would have looked like in Adventure Comics had Gil Kane done that. Adventure number 500. The Keith Giffen cover. Okay, DC Special number 22. Secret Origins of Superheroes. The Inferior Five. And Green Lantern's origin. Black Lightning, Animal Man, lots of great stuff. DC Special number 18, Sergeant Rock, more Joe Kubert. And best of 28, more Binky. I think this is another duplicate. Okay, here's probably the only one that isn't a DC. This is Archie Superhero Comics Digest, and this kind of reprints some stories from the Archie superhero line or adventure line. Got an ad on the back. Cool thing about this particular one, you have art by Jack Kirby, Gray Morrow, Wally Wood, and Neil Adams. I think Neil Adams did the Black Hood story on the inside. And I think after the Tarzan Digest, and they really didn't start printing these books again until like the late 70s. And this was one of the first ones. Jonah Hex and Other Weird Western Tales, #1. There's another on the back. This is one of my favorite covers. DC Special #21, Army at War. Very cool Joe Kubert cover. I always like these kind of covers where they would, just draw pictures inside of the lettering. I thought that was always kind of neat. Okay, here we go. Jonah Hex #2. And a couple copies of #3 here. Let's see what's on the back. Cool story. And DC Special #9, more Secret Origins of Superheroes. Let's come two to a pack, so I'll just show you the other one. And DC Special #2, Flash and His Friends. I think it's got like a store date stamp on it. Otherwise, pretty good shape. And last of these, DC Special 15, more Secret Origins of Supervillains. And on the back side, another duplicate of 22. Okay. On to some regular size books. Okay, got some DC Horror. Ghosts #65. Cool Luis Dominguez cover. Submariner 31. This book would have been probably very fine if somebody hadn't put the little 6 cent marker on. I think they probably were selling it at a garage sale or something. But other than that, it's a really, really nice book. Good reading copy anyway. Marvel Team Up #33. Nighthawk against the Meteor Man. Human Torch #2. I think most of these are reprints from the 40s. I think maybe some of the later issues might have been new stories. I think that lasted maybe 8 issues. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen this. It's Daredevil #182, Frank Miller. Amazing Adventures #28, featuring War of the Worlds and Killraven. P. Craig Russell art. This is more or less a reading copy. It's pretty banged up. Luke Cage Power Man #36 against Chemistro. Chemistro is back. I don't believe I've ever heard of Chemistro. And I think this last little stack is some Batman stuff from the 70s. I've either stuff I've upgraded or stuff that I had missing. I think this is an upgrade because the only one I had originally was the one I bought as a kid, #264. It's like a Dick Giordano cover. There's some duplicates because I bought these in a lot. 266 against Catwoman. Maybe another Dick Giordano cover or Irv Novick and Giordano. Another copy of 266. I think he threw a lot of these in just because they were beat up. He wanted to get rid of them. But this is still better than my original copy, so. number 265. Like another Giordano cover. Could be wrong. And another copy of 265. And this one, it's not really a Bronze Age issue, but Batman 457. This is actually first appearance of Tim Drake as Robin. Okay, Detective 477. It's part of that cool Steve Englehart and Marshall Rogers run, covered by Rogers and Giordano. And I think this is more or less a reading copy. It's 472. It's a great story of Hugo Strange. Detective 454, Ernie Chan cover. Hawkman backup story. Detective 431, with a great Mike Kaluta cover. Number 430, Jim Aparo cover. I had to get a little drink there, guys. Sorry. Detective 418. I'm not sure. Looks like a Neil Adams cover, but I never did have this one, and this is a really nice copy. Other than it's got a little date stamp at the top, but it's got a great. I guess you'd call this a Captain Strangelove cover. Got the green and yellow and red in it. Got a great purple background with the Creeper, another favorite character of mine. Here's another Neil Adams, Detective 403. And on to some Brave and Bold, a couple issues I was missing and a couple upgrades. Number 180 featuring Batman and Spectre. And probably my favorite artist on the Spectre, Jim Aparo. Batman and Metal Man, Brave and Bold 135. Another favorite story, Brave and Bold 124. And you actually have Jim Aparo drawing himself and the writer Bob Haney into this story with Sergeant Rock. $123. Another really cool story, Batman with Plastic Man and Metamorpho. And number 121, Batman and the Metal Man again. And here's one last Batman. It's an old Brave and Bold. This is probably a reader copy. It's got some issues here and on the staples. Batman and Metal Man, number 74. Ross Andru and Mike Esposito on the cover. Okay, on to some Marvel stuff, looks like. Trying not to let this run too long, but I don't think I'm going to succeed. Some missing issues of the Defenders I didn't have. Sorry. Number 30. 31. $32. The stickers on the bag, so it's got Gil Kane and Klaus Janson on the art, on the cover. More Gil Kane, number 16. Defenders 26. Guest starring the Guardians of the Galaxy, who bear no resemblance whatsoever to the characters in the movie. Another great Gil Kane and Klaus Janson cover, number 23. And on to some Hulk, number 127. against Mogul. 134, In the Shadow of the Golem. Really love these Hulk covers. And got a couple copies of this. Hulk 128, Battles the Mighty Avengers. I think a lot of this was Maurice Severin on the art. There's an issue of X-Men from the Bronze Age. I needed to fill a gap in, number 148. Guess starring the Dazzler and Spider-Woman. Okay, Doctor Strange, number 7. Captain Marvel, number 2. This is one I got from Metropolis Comics. Sorry, I'm trying to get the whole thing in the frame here. This is at a 5.5. Hulk 136 against the Behemoth. And another copy of 128. This is a higher grade. This is a 7.5. Doctor Strange number 6. Really, really nice Frank Bruner cover. Marvel Premiere number 3. This started, I thought there was a tear on this piece of paper. Sorry. I'm starting to get upset. This is a Marvel Premiere number 3. The Doctor Strange run started. Stan Lee and Barry Smith, a.k.a. Barry Windsor Smith as he's known now. Some great art in this book. And I found a Golden Age Archie comic. A guy was having he bought a Golden Age collection at like an estate sale. And I found an affordable copy of a pretty nice looking book. It's probably a VG. Pep Comics number 91 from 1952. Not sure who the artist is. Bill Vigoda. But other than some issues at the top and the corner, it's actually a pretty nice looking book. But I was always a fan of the Archie stuff, and I didn't have anything from Archie in the Golden Age, so that's a pretty nice pickup. And the last thing I got is something I've been looking for forever, and you rarely see it pop up on eBay or anywhere else for that matter, but local comic shop up here, a guy just bought a collection, and he said the guy had like 5 or 6 copies of this. This is actually a Marvel Super Special number 4, and the Beatles story with art and cover by George Perez and Klaus Janson. So this is being a Beatle fan, and I know a few of you out there are Beatle fans, so this is a pretty nice little collectible, kind of combining two of my favorite loves, comics and music. Really nice cover by Perez. And oh, wait a minute, that might be by Tom Palmer actually on the cover. Still a nice cover though. A pretty neat little collectible. Like I said, this guy said he had like 4 or 5 copies, and they're all like pretty high grade. This is probably an 8.0. But I'm running close to 25 minutes here, guys. So that's all I got, thankfully. And but I hope you enjoyed this. And like I said, I am watching the videos. I just haven't had time to comment yet, but I will try to go back and do my best to do that, or at least start on the recent ones and try to comment on those. So as always, guys, onward and upward.